Good evening, everyone, and welcome to my podcast. I'd like to start things off with a question. Have you ever worked with a boss? Well, how about a leader? Knowing the difference can actually help you out. Unfortunately, there's an issue going on within the aviation world, particularly with maintenance work centers and within aircrew, and even other places such as control towers or even the airport staff themselves. And that issue is that some people are having a hard time working with their boss and their leaders through lack of interpersonal skills or culturalism. Either way, people are not having a good time at work, and it's because of these two things, a boss and a leader. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over what a boss is. I'm going to go over what a leader is. I'm going to go over what the two can do and where they fit, what are their strengths, and then I'm going to conclude it all. To start things off, what is a boss? A boss is a person that runs an organization or a company. They're usually the owner. They're the person that comes out, tells the person what to do, and goes back to doing what they're doing. We would like to know where a boss actually fits. It's not always in their office, and it's not always with the employees directly. So where would they fit? Well, that depends on the company itself. What does a boss do? Well, when we think about what a boss does, they usually take on more managerial work. And they're usually the guy that would come out, tell people what to do, go back into their office, mind their own business, and get back to doing whatever it is that they're going to do. For the most part, we don't want to interact with them too much. We'd rather interact with the leader. I'll get to that in a little bit as to what that is going to entail. But how does a boss's presence affect the members of an organization? By that I mean, how does a boss being directly with the employees, so not in their office, with the people, how do they affect them? Well, for the most part, it's usually kind of negative. When it's positive, you don't actually assume that person is a boss. You think of them as a leader. And that could actually go on to what the author Escobar J, I can't remember his first name, I'm sorry, said in his article Interpersonal Skills on Aviation Pros. In there, he writes on how being able to increase interpersonal skills of the employees in tandem with focusing on learning technical and specialty skills can increase not only productivity, but overall increase the well-being of the people and their mental health. So having someone who has those kind of skills as a leader and as a boss is incredible. Unfortunately, that's lacking. That's lacking because, like what Jan wrote in How to Fix Airlines Culture Problem on Forbes, and that author wrote on how a failing between management and employees with regards to training, cultural backgrounds, and integration, and how the lack thereof has adversely affected the company, causing all kinds of ongoing issues. It's right there. It's unfortunate as it is, but it is there. For that specific instance, having a boss is not good. Having a leader would have been better. Which will bring me up to my next point. What is a leader? A leader is somebody who can rally people behind a cause. When you think about that when it comes to that cultural problem, a leader could have been somebody who comes out and starts talking to the people, getting to know them, understanding what the difference is between them and their cultural backgrounds, and being able to adjust things to not only get the job done and get it done well, but get it done so that everybody is comfortable. Not necessarily happy. Not everyone's going to be happy with their job. But so long as a leader can strive to achieve that sort of thing, the pursuit of happiness, if we were to word it a different way, then things are going to be looking good. So what does a leader do? Well, a leader does just that. They rally people up. They get people united under a cause to get people to move forward. A leader will grab the cart and pull it uphill with their people. And that requires learning. That requires them figuring out who they are as a leader and figuring out who the people are. And the other part about a leader, too, is that a leader can come from any level. A boss, not so much. A boss has a specific level within the organization, while a leader, they can start at the even lowest level. I could have a guy who's brand new rally people up behind him to get the job done, so long as he's got, well, the qualities of a leader. It'd be great. So how does a leader's presence affect members of an organization? For the most part, they affect people positively. Like I said, they'll rally people behind their cause and get the job done. And that's what we like. You can have a boss that sort of does that, but for the most part, a boss has to do what a boss has to do. A leader, they're pretty good, but you have to have both for the most part, and depending on the company, of course. So, which one best fits a situation? Boss, they better fit whenever managerial work gets done. A leader, they better fit whenever you need to get the job done. So with the people, that's where they fit the best. For the most part, that's pretty much it. So in conclusion, I went over what the difference is between a boss and a leader, along with how that difference can adversely or positively affect the workplace within the world of aviation. Now, you could go out and you can ask some employees in aviation, whether that be in maintenance or a control tower, for example, and ask them who they think their boss is and who their leader is. They're not going to be the same person all the time, and the answer may even surprise you as to who it could be. And that's all. Thank you for your time.